companies lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's very important that you do research before you actually start implementing some of these tips and tricks into your site, because in the long run, it's highly beneficial to listen to an expert. Now, 7 out of 10 search engine users only click on a search result within the first page, and 92% click on a result within the first 3 pages. With that there, basically the 3 out of 10 that are left over, 92% of those people go within the first 3 pages. So you do get a little bit of overflow, but 92% of 30% isn't as much as 70% of 100%. Now, this shows the trend, and it's climbing. People want the answer. They want it now. How many of you guys here have seen the button on Google that says, "I'm feeling lucky"? You know what that does? Takes you to the #1 result. That's basically you saying, "Google, I don't even want to look at a page. I don't want to see a map. I don't want to see sponsored results. Just take me to the best company. You're Google. I trust you." Now, 25% of all searches come from "I'm feeling lucky," which means they don't even get an opportunity to see a paid ad. And the number's climbing. People are trying to figure out ways to get faster and faster. And traditionally, 2009 results, they compile within the first 6. So we should be getting some more statistics here by August or September for the 2009 statistics. But right now, these are actually the most current. Now, dealers report that organic search for SEO is more effective at driving dealership website traffic than any other online media or marketing tactic. More effective than any other online media or marketing tactic. Now, why isn't everybody doing it? It's the most effective. It's got the largest year-over-year increase in online shopping history. And guess what happened last year? We were in a recession. So during a recession, you can have the largest year-over-year increase in online shopping history. Changes available, changes out there. Why aren't we jumping at it? And we're going to get in here next to SEO tips for success. Now, everyone here should have a handout. If not, we will be printing out some more here. And if you guys want to come by our booth, it's number 277. I'd be more than happy to make sure that you can get some of this material as well. I'm briefly going to go through the 8 tips. Now, on your handout, there's 8 lines here. Okay, everyone grab that out if you would. You're going to want to go ahead and write these down. This is like telling what the secret recipe is to the biscuits at KFC. Okay, so all the ingredients make up the formula. Now, the first is properly written meta tags. Now, I'm going to go back through 1 through 8 in just a second, but I want to give you guys an opportunity to write this down, so I'm going to go ahead and click through this. So, properly written meta tags, number 1, which will explain what it is and how to find it and how to change it. Unique meta tags for each page is number 2. Number 3, business location information. Number 4, clearly written web page content. And I will leave this up for a second to make sure everyone has an opportunity to write it down. Keyword density. Page count and density. Proper web publishing procedure. And linking to and from your site. So I'll go ahead and give everyone here a minute to go ahead and write these down. Now, as I mentioned while you guys are going and writing this down here, there's many ingredients. And there was an article that went out in quite a few of the different state mags that I recently wrote, which goes over some of these tips in more detail, which if you guys do contact Georgia, she can make sure to get you guys a copy of that. But it's not just one ingredient. You know, I use the analogy a lot of someone's finding out one secret is like saying that flour is the secret ingredient to pancakes. It's not just that by itself. There's a combination. And the methods change, so do the ingredients that need to be used and how much of each. And these main 8 ingredients are known as the standards, and they don't change. There's always a little extra secret spices you can throw in, but these are the main core features that you need to go through. Now, I am going to go back through to these, so I'll go ahead and change the slide now. Hopefully you guys all got it. Now, the first one is properly written meta tags. Now, how many here know what a meta tag is? Anybody? Okay. A meta tag is like saying a title to a book, and it's considerably a page title. Now, to show you what a meta tag is, we need to know how we need to do them. Now, a meta tag is a string of verbiage that is stamped onto every single page. It's basically like a title to that page. It tells the search engines what you have. Now, some companies use too many words. Some people use not enough words. Now, what you want to write down is you can use between 256 to 400 characters. And each letter is considered a character. So the word used is 4 characters. The word cars is 4 characters. Okay? So you want to make sure that when you look at your meta tags, you don't use more than 400. And that's kind of even pushing it. Traditionally, 256, but we're pushing up to 400, and it's being completely fine right now. Now, if you use more than that, you'll get flagged by the search engines for spamming. They say, well, you can't obviously have this much stuff. You're trying to spread yourself too thin. You can't say and claim that you have everything. And so you want to be very specific in what you're using. Now, where a meta tag is located, I put some slides here together. Now, this is a search result for Donnie Fincher's lot. Now, this is a good example of what a sponsored result is. You'll see that over here on the right, these sponsored listings appear. If you click on these, it charges them money. Now, with this here, looks like cars.com is the top one. Okay? So cars.com is trying to buy a term that my client gets for free. Why would they be paying for it if it doesn't make them money? People are looking in the search engine. Now it's a generic search. Pre-owned autos, Texas. That's pretty general, yet he's number 1. Now you'll be able to see the very beginning here, used cars, Houston, TX, pre-owned autos. You're going to be able to see what your beginning metastructure starts out with because it does include it at the top. Okay? Now, once you click on the website, when you're on your own website, this is Internet Explorer. We want to make sure that this is the most commonly used browser, so I thought I'd show you an example with this. There is a button on the right that says Page. And if you click on Page, it shows a drop-down. The very bottom button is labeled View Source, right here. If you click on View Source, it's going to open up a page of coding. And it's going to tell you meta title, which is the first version. Now, this is what the search engines read. Now, these are the terms that we're using for Fincher Motors. Okay? We're using up to 400 characters. You want to use comma-separated values, which means that you use the words and then separate them by commas. So used cars, comma, pre-owned autos, comma, so-and-so. Now, this is what the search engines read. Now, with this here, there's a lot of rules to it. You do want to include quite a bit of information, which does come down here to the next column in the handout, which is what's your combination. Now, you're going to see 3 columns if you open up your handout. I'd like everyone to open there. We're going to give you the secret combination. The combination I'm about to give you is going to give you the opportunity to be found by 1,000 different search terms. 1,000. Okay? First one is the word used. You want to write them down in this exact order as well. The words you start out with need to have the most value. As you move down the list of the 400 characters, the words you use drop off as far as the value is concerned. So you always want to start out with the alpha phrases. What are the number 1 terms I want to be found with? So the first column pertains to the type. So we got used, number 1. Number 2 is pre-owned. Number 3, previously owned. Number 4, affordable. Number 5, cheap. How many out there know that you were dealing with cheap customers nowadays? They want everything under the sun for half the money. They search that way as well. Low cost, bad credit, which due to the recession, we're dealing with a lot of people that have damaged or bruised credit who traditionally can't get financing from a franchise store, and they use these terms when they're searching. Buy here, pay here. Classic. And number 10, luxury. Now, as you guys are writing these down, this would probably be something that you do want to send over to your IT manager or to your website provider to make sure that they are using these words within your meta structure. A meta tag is on each page. The language in itself is called meta structure. Okay? Now, column 2, second column, cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, autos,